Hello students, this is me Devin Kumar. Now this is the second video which I am making for you. This video is related to the plant tissue. In the previous video, in the first video, we talked about the plant tissue, meristematic tissue. Again, in this video also we are going to talk about the permanent tissue. In that we talked about the meristematic tissue. Now you know that when we started the tissue chapter, we are started studying the plant tissue. In the plant tissue, the two divisions are there. We classified the plant tissue into two parts. The first is the meristematic tissue, and the second is the permanent tissue. Now I told you in the previously I told you the difference between two. The meristematic tissue is having the capability to divide. They are always dividing type of tissue. The cells in those tissues are very active, and they are dividing cells. They are dividing tissues. But in the permanent tissue, those cells who are lost the capability of divide attain a particular shape, size, and function. Sorry. Attain a particular shape, size, and function, and starts doing function. Yeah? So attaining this thing, or you can say losing the ability to divide and attaining a function, attaining a specific function, size, and shape, that process is known to be as differentiation. So differentiation of tissues are there. So differentiated tissues whom we are calling those tissues or cells, differentiated tissues or cells, we are calling those who lost the capability of divide, and division, and start functioning specifically. The size is specific and shape is specific, and that thing is known to be as differentiation. So all the permanent tissues are differentiated tissues. They start doing function differently or specifically. So not differently, specifically. So the permanent tissue in plants are divided into two types: the simple tissues and the complex tissue. Now the simple tissues are those which are made up of only one type of cells. Simple tissues are those who are made up of only one type of cells, but the complex tissues are those who are made up of more than one type of cells. Now, as I told you previously, the simple tissues are divided into three categories: the parenchyma, collenchyma, and the sclerenchyma. On the basis of their structure, shape, and function, they are divided into three. On the basis of their structure, function, and shape, they are divided into three: the parenchyma, the collenchyma, and the sclerenchyma. And the complex permanent tissue, which are made up of more than one type of cells, are divided into two types: the xylem and the phloem. Now these tissues we are going to study in the detail one by one. So first in this video I am discussing the parenchyma, then I am going to discuss the collenchyma, then I am going to discuss the sclerenchyma, and in the later part of the video I am going to discuss the complex tissue, which is xylem and which is phloem. The xylem and phloem we are going to see in this later part of this video. So first of all I am going to write the properties, the characters, the basic information about this parenchyma on the board that you must copy in your notebook, and then we are going to discuss. So one by one we are going to discuss by writing the properties on the board and discussing the thing. So first I am writing the properties of the parenchyma. Wait for it. Okay, so the parenchyma. The parenchyma is the parenchymatous cells. Now the parenchyma, the cells of the parenchyma. Okay, now this parenchyma is a simple permanent tissue. Now the first permanent tissue, the basic packing tissues. Now in the plant they form the basic packing tissues. So whenever there is a need for the packaging, or actually you can say wherever there is a need to fill the empty spaces in the plant anatomy, these tissues were there. So basically these are the packing tissues. Now the most important character is that they are having thin cell wall. They have thin cell wall. So the cells are unspecialized. That means they are not basically involved in very special function, but the cells are unspecialized, and the cell, the walls of the cell is very thin. Now the next thing is very important point. The all cells are living cells. The all cells are living cells. Now this is the sign for the important. Now they are the living cells. All the parenchymal cells are living. There is no dead cell in the parenchymatous tissue. Now the next thing is very important. They are loosely packed. They are not. They are not. They are loosely packed. Now what does it mean loosely packed? I'm giving you the. I'm making the diagram for you. They are loosely packed. Now let us suppose these are the cells. Now in these cells you can find various the various spaces. You can find the spaces between these cells. These are the spaces between the cells. Cells are loosely packed. That means there is a lot more what do you say, lot more spaces are present between these cells. So gaps are present between these cells, and these gaps or these spaces are known to be as intercellular spaces. They are known to be as intercellular spaces. So this is the important character. This is the important character of the parenchymatous cells, that the intercellular spaces are present between the cells. Very important character. They are loosely packed. Intercellular spaces are there. Now, what the function they perform? They perform various functions, but basically they support the plant and store food. They support the plant and store food. Now, after that, this parenchymatous tissues, I think all of you understood what is it means. But I'm going to talk about the two special type of parenchymatous tissue. The first type is the chlorenchyma. Don't confuse this chlorenchyma with collenchyma. Okay, the chlorenchyma is different. Chlorenchyma. This chlorenchyma, this type of tissues contains the chlorophyll in it. This type of tissue contains the pigment chlorophyll. Now you know that the plant appears green in color. So in the lower classes we know that why the plant appears green in color, because a special type of pigment is present in them, and that pigment is known to be as the chlorophyll. That pigment is known to be as chlorophyll. So because of that chlorophyll, the plant appears green in color. So that chlorophyll is present in this special type of parenchyma, which is known to be as chlorenchyma. So chlorenchyma are the parenchymatous tissues in which the chlorophyll is present, and these parenchymatous tissues are responsible for doing the photosynthesis process. These parenchymatous tissues are responsible for the photosynthesis. The second type is parenchyma. Parenchyma, these are the special type of tissues which are found in the aquatic plants. Now in this type of tissues, there is a space, there is an air trapped in between the cells of this tissue. Now you found the air bubbles trapped, or you found the air trapped in the cells between this tissue. So what actually these tissues are basically perform, what they basic perform, they function. Now in the aquatic plant, these tissues help in buoyancy, or it gives the buoyancy to the plant. That means they help the plant to swim. They help the plant not to submerge like that, or not to sink. Actually, sink is the correct word, not the submerge. Sink is the correct word. They help the plant to swim uh, on the water, above the water, because air, you know, if the air is trapped in this tissue, the air helps in the floating, giving buoyancy to the plant. Okay. Now this is the parenchyma. This is the parenchyma. What I told you, you have to study this thing only, and please go the figures which are there in the NCERT. Please go the figures which are there in the NCERT. If you won't understand those figures, you please personally contact me. Now, you can contact me on the YouTube also. Now, the next portion, the type of permanent tissue, simple permanent tissue. Already we studied parenchyma. Now we are going to study the collenchyma. COLLEN collenchyma. Now, collenchyma, don't get confused with the chlorenchyma. This chlorine word is come from the chlorophyll. Okay. So I'm just writing the characters as I written for this parenchyma and just explaining to you. Just wait for. Okay, now the collenchyma. The next type of simple permanent tissue is the collenchyma. This is the second type. Now they give the plant flexibility. Now they provide the flexibility to the plant. Now many of you observe or seen in the nature that the plant is moving, but it is not breaking. The plant is moving. The flicking of leaves are there. The bending of branches are there. The movement of stem is also there. So many type of movement were shown by the plant, but they are not breaking. It is not breaking actually. Okay, the leaves were flickering, but they are not. There is no breakage of this thing. Now there is a movement of stem. There is a movement of branches. The branch was bending and all, but they are not. But they are not breaking. So allows bending without breaking. Now the first point is it gives flexibility. It provides flexibility to the plant. It provides the flexibility to the plant. The second is they allow bending without the breaking of the plant part. Okay. Now the third is cells are living. The cells were living. That already we've seen in the parenchyma also. In the parenchyma also the cells were living, and in this case in the collenchyma also the cells were living. Now this is the important part. They are irregularly thickened at corners. Let us suppose these are the parenchymal cells. Let us suppose these are the parenchymal cells. These are irregularly thickened at the corners. In the corners they are thick, but in the remaining part they are not very much thick. At the corners only, where the corners are there, in those corners they are thick. I think you can able to. The corners they are thick. In the corners they are thick. But in the other side they are not that much thick. So the result of this is that very little intercellular spaces were found. Very little intercellular spaces were found between these cells. Now the cells were little bit elongated. लंबे cells हमें दिखाई देते हैं. The elongated cells are there. So the collenchyma, I am just repeating once again the properties of the collenchyma. They provide flexibility to the plant, allows the easy bending of the plant part without breaking. Cells are living, irregularly thickened at corners, elongated cells, and very little intercellular space. Now this is the point which I am telling you is written in your NCERT book only. I just copied from the NCERT I am telling you. So if you have any problem, you can consult the NCERT also. You have to consult actually. You have to consult while studying this, while seeing my videos. You please consult the NCERT. Now the next type is the sclerenchyma. Okay, now the next type of tissue is the sclerenchyma. Now I think all of you seen the husk of coconut. Now when there is a prayer in our home, we are using the coconut, and you can see the husk. How can I tell you? The husk of coconut is made up of this type of tissue, this sclerenchyma, this type of tissue. So these type of tissue provide the provides the hard, making the plant hard and stiff. So this type of tissue, especially this sclerenchyma tissue, they are the dead tissues. They are the dead tissues. These tissues were dead. No problem. These tissues were dead. These tissues, the cells in these tissues were dead. Now they provide the hardness and the stiffness to the plant. The husk of the coconut is the best example. Then these tissues, the cells of these tissues are long and narrow, and most important character is that the cells of these tissues are lignified cell wall. They are having the lignified cells wall. Lignin is a substance. Lignin is an organic substance. Lignin is an organic substance which is like a cement. Cement, you understood, na? The cement, I think all of you seen, from which we are making our homes. The material, the grey color material which we are making, which we are using to make our homes. So cement, the property of the cement is to make the two bricks join, or makes the wall hard, like that. So here also the lignin is a material which is acting like a cement to the plant. So the walls of the cells of this sclerenchymatous tissues are made up of are lignified. They are thickened. The walls are very thick. They are lignified walls. They are made up of lignin. Lignin is a cementing material. So because of that, there is no intercellular space between them. Because of that, there is no intercellular space between them. There is no intercellular space between them. They are the lignified cells. Now, what they provide? They provide strength. They provide strength to the plant. Now, where you found? You found actually this type of tissue. You found in mostly in all the cases, all the sections of the plant, but especially around the vascular bundles. The vascular bundle is the xylem and the phloem. Later we are going to see. The vascular bundle is the xylem and the phloem. So around the xylem and the phloem, you found this type of tissue. Then in the veins of the leaves, and the covering of the seed, the hard covering of the seed is made up of this sclerenchymatous. So we studied in this up to the parenchymatous, parenchymatous and sclerenchymatous. Now we are going to see the complex tissues. Now we are going to see the complex tissues in the plant. Now please write all this. Please write all these points for the parenchyma, sclerenchyma, and collenchyma in your notebook. And please refer to the diagram also. This is very much hard to make the diagrams exactly the same diagram which is there in your NCERT book. So please beta go through that NCERT book diagrams. If you weren't able to understand, you please ask me. Okay, I'm going to tell you this way. So just now we are going to see what are the various complex tissue. Now these are the simple tissue. They are made up of only one type of cells. Now we are going to see the complex tissue, and the complex tissue is divided into two. We are divided the complex tissue. We are divided the complex tissue into two. The first is xylem, and the second is phloem. Xylem and phloem. Now xylem and phloem, why we are calling them complex tissue? Because they are made up of four different type of cells. Now we are going to see what those four type of cells. First we are going to see the xylem. How the xylem is made, and how the xylem is. What are the various components of xylem? So xylem is made up of, the first is the bracts. The first type of cells are the bracts. The second is vessels. The third is the xylem parenchyma. And the fourth is xylem fiber. Xylem xylem fiber, xylem parenchyma, vessels and tracts. So these are the four components of the xylem. These are the four type of cells by which the xylem is made. First of all, before we start this thing, we should know what is xylem and what is phloem. So the xylem is the type of tissues which are responsible for conduction of water from the roots to the aerial part, that means from the roots to the leaves. Now in the plants there is a need for water for doing the photosynthesis process, and water has to be shifted from the ground to the exactly to the leaves where the photosynthesis were occurring. So for the conduction of water, there is a special type of tissue in the plant which is known to be a xylem. The special type of complex tissue is responsible for the conduction of water in the plant, that is xylem. And for the conduction of food, which is prepared by the leaf, it has to be traveled throughout the plant body. Either the leaf is going to use that food, or if it is left, then it has to be stored, or it has to be moved to the other parts of the plant. So the conduction of food is done by the phloem. So that is the main difference between the xylem and the phloem. Xylem conducts the water and phloem conducts the food. That you have to remember to the higher classes. This has to be remembered by you up to the higher classes. Now, so xylem the xylem which conducts the water consists of four parts: the tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma, and xylem fiber. Now, these two are basically responsible for conduction of water. These two are basically responsible for conduction of water. Water is conducted by these two. So what is the function of these two, sir? So parenchyma stores food, xylem parenchyma stores food, and this xylem fiber gives support food. They are in the supporting function, give support. So the xylem fiber gives support, xylem parenchyma stores food, tracheids and vessels conduction of water. Now what is again the most important thing is that these three tissues are dead tissues. These three tissues are dead tissues. And this one is only the living tissue. This one is only the living tissue in the living cells, not tissue. Tissue is the xylem. Living cell. Okay? So these tracheid vessels and xylem fiber are the dead cells, but the xylem parenchyma, which stores the food and also performs other function. But the main function is to store food. So that xylem parenchyma is only the living cells, but the remaining the tracheid vessels and xylem fiber are the remaining the tracheid vessels and xylem fiber are the cells which are non-living, that is dead cells. Okay. Again the same thing is for the phloem. Phloem is also made up of four types of cells. The first is companion cell. The second is sieve tubes. The third one is phloem parenchyma, and the fourth one is phloem fiber. So the companion cells, the sieve tube, the phloem parenchyma, and the phloem fiber. So these are the components of phloem. So these are the components of phloem. Now if I ask the question, what are the various components of xylem and what are the various components of phloem, this you have to write in your answer. Now the companion cells and sieve tubes, they are basically responsible for conduction of food. Food conduction is response. The food conduction is done by the companion cells and the sieve tubes. Now in the phloem parenchyma and the phloem fiber, again the same function they were performing. What they perform in this iron. The phloem parenchyma is especially involved in the production of the food as well as the storage of the food. Food is stored, energy is stored. The storage of food storage, and this fiber gives the strength. This fiber gives the strength. The phloem fiber gives the strength. The phloem parenchyma provide the food storage for this. So this is the video. This is the video in which I cover the permanent tissue in the plant. So please go through this video and try to solve the question answers which is there in your NCERT book regarding this permanent tissue. Please consult the diagrams which are there in your NCERT book. It is very important to consult those diagrams. In the next video, we are going to discuss the epidermis and the various aspects of epidermis and the very important stomata, the function of the stomata, how the stomata is functioning. So please be regular watching my videos. Okay, now thank you and bye for now.